Right now at 5, La Crosse's daytime warming center availability is ending a day early.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for watching News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. The city of La Crosse is cutting their warming shelter hours short. The last day of the shelter at the Southside Neighborhood Center is tomorrow instead of this Thursday. If you or someone you know needs help finding shelter, call 211 or the Reach Center. That number is coming up on your screen right about now. And it's interesting, given the decision, because First Warn meteorologist Bill Grahl probably has only cold temperatures to show us right now.
Indeed. In fact, it was cold last night, and this morning we had wind chills as cold as, my goodness, 20s, even 30s below zero in some spots. Now take a look at these actual air temperatures this morning. 12 degrees below zero here in La Crosse, 28 below in Black River Falls, 24 below in Sparta, 19 below in Eau Claire, 12 below in Viroqua, and 17 below in Prairie du Chien. Highs today, even with abundant sunshine, only in the single digits to lower teens, 12 in La Crosse and Winona, 11 in Eau Claire, 10 in Viroqua, and 9 in Decorah. Again, a cloudless sky over downtown La Crosse. Nice little sunset. We had a few clouds up around Eau Claire earlier. Those are moving off to the east. A few more clouds over the Dakotas might creep into parts of the area overnight, and temperatures currently in the single digits over southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa. 10 in La Crosse, 10 in Eau Claire, 10 in Winona, and 7 in Viroqua. So clear to partly cloudy tonight. Not as cold as last night, but don't get me wrong, folks. It's still going to be very cold with overnight lows in La Crosse around 2 degrees and wind chills tonight in the single digits and teens below zero. So just not as bad as last night, but still very, very cold. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast, including some of those wind chill reports from this morning, coming up.
All right, thanks very much, Bill. Back on the news side of things, yet another shortage is hitting the beer industry, and this time it's carbon dioxide. Our own Emily Haugen joins us in studio now to explain why this critical ingredient may make your favorite brew cost more.
Ken, it seems like brewers have seen it all since the pandemic began. They faced bottle and can shortages, weak hop and barley crops, and now it's carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is what is used to make beer bubbly, and the source of the shortage dates back to the start of the pandemic. Carbon dioxide comes from a variety of sources, but it's also a byproduct of ethanol.
Oil prices plummeted, so a lot of ethanol plants weren't profitable to run, so they stopped running them, which meant we didn't recapture that CO2.
Bart Watson of the Brewers Association says low supply levels hit everyone, but smaller breweries, like the variety of ones that we have right here in La Crosse, are often hit the hardest. Ken?
It's probably those bigger companies are the first in line, and the local ones don't get the end of it. Thanks very much, Emily. Now, we also spoke with Pearl Street Brewery today about how those costs are affecting their business. Emily will be back to have more on that coming up in our 6 o'clock newscast. La Crosse is celebrating a civil rights legend's birthday in a special way. This Saturday is Rosa Parks' birthday, and through the week, La Crosse MTU will commemorate with their Transit Equity Days. Community members can ride buses for free through Saturday, and local politicians will ride along to raise awareness about the civil right to transportation. A member of the La Crosse Area Transit Advocates Group says having access to public transportation is just as important as the right to water and shelter.
What kind of a community would we be if we say, sorry, if you can't get to the doctor, that's too bad, and leave it at that. I really do think that a community has an obligation to ensure that its citizens can get to places they need to go.
So today, County Board Representative Ralph Geary had a seat on one of MTU's many buses. Geary represents the north side of La Crosse. He says he looks forward to Transit Equity Days every year to help spotlight an important asset to the community.
I think it's a very good idea to recognize the good job the MTU does and the great service they provide, not only for the residents of the north side, but the city and the area, because it goes beyond, La Crosse.
That's right. The city provides rides to Vernon, Monroe, and Crawford counties through the Smart Bus. Fare will be free all day tomorrow. January is National Blood Donor Month. On the last day of the month, Mayo Clinic Health System doctors are raising awareness about their patients who need blood donations. Blood donors save the lives of people with many conditions, but about a quarter of the nation's donated blood supply goes to cancer patients. The nation needs more blood donors, as only 3% of Americans donate regularly. If you're on the fence about giving blood, Mayo Clinic doctors say the community's help is always needed.
We can give people a lot of manufactured products, medications and things, fluids and things like that, but we cannot manufacture blood. That is something that we rely on the community to give us, be able to give to our patients.
Now, every unit of blood helps, so you can contact a local blood donation program or the American Red Cross at the numbers on your screen for more information. New guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics wants medical caregivers to think differently when treating teenagers in the hospital. Right now, 20% of all U.S. pediatric hospital admissions are teens between the ages of 11 and 20. And the new guidelines say those adolescents can have difficulties in the hospital because they're more developed and can experience more anxiety as they understand more of what's happening or about to happen to them. The guidelines emphasize hospitals prioritizing both confidentiality and helping those teens feel educated and prepared. A child life specialist with La Crosse's Mayo Clinic Health System says it's a policy their medical professionals have already started to use.
We all need to be aware of how to speak their language and making sure they understand what's happening to their body and they're learning how to cope with it in a healthy way.
She says it's especially important now because mental health is a crisis for teenagers nationwide. She adds hospitals can provide coping items for teens who come in for surgery and maintain a recreational space as well that's age appropriate for teenage activities. Many social media sites allow children to join when they become a teenager, but the U.S. Surgeon General believes 13 still too young for children to be on those platforms. Mandy Gaither has more on how to know when your child is ready for online social sites and how families can make a social media plan.
In early teen years, the U.S. Surgeon General says kids are still developing their identity, and social media can have a major impact.
The skewed and often distorted environment of social media often does a disservice to many of those children.
That's why Dr. Vivek Murthy says 13 is still too young for kids to be on social media, but keeping them off those sites may be easier said than done.
It depends on your child. You know your child best.
Pediatric psychologist Ariana Hoet with Nationwide Children's Hospital says deciding whether a child is ready for social media starts with these questions. Do you have an open and trusting relationship with your child? Will they respect boundaries and expectations you set? Will they come to you if there's a problem or concern? Also consider their personality.
Do they really care about what others think about them? Or are they comfortable in their identity? How are they with peer pressure? Because again, social media is kind of opening the world to all of that.
If you answer those questions and feel they're ready, Hoet says to set up a family social media plan.
And you talk about the safety, you talk about what you're posting, how to interact with others, who you're following, and keep checking in with the child.
And set limits. Consider taking devices away at bedtime so sleep isn't affected.
Being ready doesn't mean I'm going to give them access to this thing and walk away. You still want to think about how do I monitor? How do I continue to stay in a partnership with them on how they're using it?
And if your child is struggling with a mental health issue like ADHD, depression, anxiety, or is at risk for eating disorders, Hoet says those are extra considerations to think about when it comes to that social media use. Still ahead tonight at 5, the Biden administration will end COVID emergency declarations this spring, and many Americans will be losing some certain benefits. We'll have those details next.
Don't miss Ashley's President's Day preview sale. This week only, get 10% off on trending styles throughout the store and online. And explore special financing options that fit your budget. Visit your local Ashley store in Arcadia, Eau Claire, and Onalaska, and the Ashley Outlet in Arcadia.
Update your bathroom with help from Menards. A brand new Magic Woods vanity is the perfect addition to your bathroom. Magic Woods offers innovative, trend-setting styles to match your lifestyle. Get your Brighton vanity today for just $249.99. Complete the look with a new faucet from Delta. Delta has an array of traditional, transitional, and contemporary styles in a variety of finishes, including matte black, spot shield stainless, and more. Get this Caffrey bath faucet for $79.99 right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wintertime and time for the winter hat. If you pass our way, you know we change the hat from time to time. Visit our showroom and you will see the many changes outside and in. What has not changed in 33 years is our goal to offer quality products and expert installation at fair prices. Today, over 70 strong, the Board Store remains true to that goal. Superior quality, fair prices. Windows and doors, kitchens, bathrooms, sunrooms and decks, flooring and tile. Improving your home, improving your life. The Board Store Home Improvements.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today. $2,500 hiring bonus.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like off-road tuned suspension, an enhanced all-wheel drive system, all-terrain tires, and trail watch. So you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever.
Don't sleep on Ashley's President's Day mattress preview sale. Save up to $900 on select Purple mattresses and Ascent base sets. Plus, receive 10% off Purple pillows, sheets, and mattress protectors. Visit your local Ashley store in Arcadia, Eau Claire, and Onalaska, and the Ashley Outlet in Arcadia.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
It's been nearly 3 years since then President Trump announced emergency measures meant to keep the public safe during the COVID pandemic. Now the White House says it will end the public emergency declarations in May. Nicole D'Antonio is on Capitol Hill, where some Republicans are saying they want to see the president act now.
President Biden says in May, the emergency COVID declarations in place since the start of the pandemic will come to an end. The move will mean an end to free testing, treatments, and vaccines.
This is particularly concerning since COVID disproportionately hits those segments of the population that have the most difficulty accessing good medical care and preventive health services.
It could also end Title 42, the Trump-era policy barring asylum seekers from entering the country due to the pandemic. Some Republican-led states have already sued to keep that policy in place. The Supreme Court is set to hear arguments later this month.
The public emergency will end when the Supreme Court exits. We've extended to May the 15th to make sure we get everything done.
While many Republicans want to keep Title 42, they say the administration should be ending other pandemic emergency policies now and plan to vote on a bill to do just that.
Mr. President, if you know it's the right thing to do, don't wait until May. Let's open our country back up again, get our economy back up again.
But Democrats say it takes some time to wind this down right.
We want to make sure that the vaccine remains accessible to people. We want to make sure that testing is available through insurance programs. Those are the types of things that we're concerned about.
Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee holds its first hearing under Republican leadership Wednesday, looking into potential fraud and abuse of federal pandemic relief money. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Health data shows an average of 500 people die each day in the U.S. from COVID-19. That's still greater than what we see in a typical flu season. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is almost gone from the United States. The federal government's public health emergency declaration for Mpox ended Tuesday after a surge of cases last year. For over a month, the average number of daily new cases reported to the CDC has hovered in the single digits. Those numbers have plummeted since the August peak of about 450 cases a day. The U.S. led the world with more than 30,000 cases during that Mpox outbreak. Coming up, it is bitterly cold, and every time we step outside, we risk cracked skin and frostbite. We'll share some tips from experts to protect your skin from the cold.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. The last 4 days of the month, well below average for those temperatures, but it looks like we're going to come around maybe the 15th warmest January on record in La Crosse. We'll get the full data after we pass the midnight hour tonight. I'll have my 8-day forecast coming up next.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort. Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
And he was a kid, 4 years old, he had lats. The only way you get lats is from doing prison time and doing pull-ups. He was a bad little kid. He was so evil, his first baby tooth, it came in chipped. Walking around the neighborhood smoking his mama's cigarettes.
Get ready for the comedy of Marlon Wayans, the Microphone Fiend Tour. Saturday, February 11th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls, Wisconsin, with special guest DC Irvin. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Marlon Wayans live.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today. $2,500 hiring bonus.
Here's our problem. Without the hearing aids in, she can't hear the low frequencies, so she doesn't hear me. I don't hear the high frequencies, so I don't hear her. It was a perfect setup, but we had to interrupt it. We had time, and we were coming down Main Street, and I turned in.
It's not like you're going to strangers. It's kind of family-ish. To come here, you feel like you belong with them. I just think it's very comforting that they're a family business.
Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
You have a day before you. Make it the best it can be with Holiday Inn Express and Suites. How about breakfast to start your day? Coffee, milk, juice, hot food, cold food, brain food. Because you need it for that important meeting in our meeting space. And let's not forget about the afternoon workout to help you keep up with your goals. But your day can't be all work and no play, so you have set aside time for your family in the water.
Come make it a day at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Onalaska La Crosse.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
It is a yearly battle in Midwestern winters, the cold air and your skin. Cold, dry air these days can damage any unprotected skin, especially on your face and hands. And as your skin dehydrates, experts say your hands are especially at risk for developing those cracks and cuts that could lead to potential infections. Experts say protective winter clothing like gloves is essential, but when you're indoors, they say you should make moisturizing a routine to prevent any future cracks or irritation.
These products only last for a few hours at maximum, so you really need to hydrate and moisturize at minimum 2 to 3 times daily.
So you got 3 categories of moisturizers to choose from: ointments, which have oil, creams, which have oil and water, and then lotions, which are generally water-based. Dr. Davis says if your skin is especially raw, you want to start with those ointments, and then when your skin improves, using a hypoallergenic, fragrance-free cream or lotion may provide enough moisture to prevent further problems. It's something that I myself always forget to do. I'm feeling the dryness in my hands right now, Bill, and it's because those cold temperatures are kind of here to stay most of this week.
Yeah, and it was cold indeed this morning. If you don't believe me and you weren't outside to experience it, check out these wind chill reports from earlier this morning. Ridgeway, that's up in Winona County, 35 degrees below zero. Decorah, 33 below. Preston, 31 below, 30 below at Bulkfield. The La Crosse Airport and Viroqua both coming in at 26 degrees below zero. So we had air temperatures in the single digits, teens, even 20s below zero on our traditional colder spots. Again, it wasn't all that windy last night, but even a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze pushed those numbers into those dangerous categories. That's why we had the wind chill advisory in play for last night and that alert night as well. Skies are crystal clear over downtown La Crosse, and even with the sunshine, we only rebounded to 12 above today after that bitterly cold start at 12 degrees below zero. So below those averages of 28 and 10. Could always be worse, though, as I mentioned last night. 33 below, and that was pretty recently. I'm sure a lot of you remember this 3 years ago, back in actually 4 years ago in 2019. We had a brutally cold stretch of weather then, and no rain or snow for today. Currently 10 degrees out at the airport, 11 degrees here at the station. Winds out of the south at 14, and that's causing a wind chill of 6 below. Eau Claire, you're at 10 degrees with a wind chill of 2 degrees below zero. So even though it's not going to be as cold tonight, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be plenty cold. In fact, temperatures currently in the single digits and teens. We're right at 10 in La Crosse, 7 in Preston. In fact, lots of single digits to areas west of the river. Otherwise, lower teens for the rest of you, except Viroqua, you're at 7 degrees, and still kind of breezy yet. Southwesterly winds 5 to 15. And that's causing wind chills of 2 below in Eau Claire, 6 below in La Crosse, 9 below in Viroqua, 12 below in Preston, and it feels like 1 above in Black River Falls. So lows tonight, again, not as cold as last night, but plenty cold. Between about 0 and 2 degrees, above 0 at least here in La Crosse County. Generally single digits above 0 in our southern communities. And as we head back to the north, some of you dropping below 0. And those traditional colder spots of Jackson and Clark counties may be approaching 10 below. Sometimes the models underdo that, right around 4 to 6 below for Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. So skies are mainly clear. You had some clouds earlier in Eau Claire. Those have dissipated. We could see a few more clouds overnight with this little disturbance, nothing falling from them. And the best chance of seeing those will be to the north. Otherwise, cold high pressure remains in control. So clear to partly cloudy tonight. I think Sky Tracker overdoing the clouds. This happens sometimes when the air is really cold. It kind of mistakes that cold air as cloud cover. And then tomorrow, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. Tomorrow night, another cold front drops southward, maybe a few flurries with it. But the main deal with that will be kind of a reinforcing dump of cold air as we head into our Thursday night and Friday, as you'll see on the 8-day forecast. So for tonight, cold, but not quite as cold as last night. 2 above for the overnight low, and wind chills in the single digits and teens below 0. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, not as cold. 24 for the high. And looking ahead, we're kind of looking at a blustery Groundhog Day, 19 for the high. Now Thursday night lows in the single digits and teens below 0. In fact, very similar to last night with wind chills in the 20s below 0, maybe some 30s below 0. Friday's high only in the single digits. But then we kind of turn the page there for the weekend. 30s for highs, and that will last to right through the middle of next week. And pretty dry, just a slight chance for some light rain or a mix on Monday is the only precip chance I'm really seeing at this point.
Something to look forward to. Thanks, Bill.
Okay.
Still to come this evening, a collaborative effort linking different generations. The UWL project wants to help the older community get up and at 'em to maintain an active lifestyle.
Wednesday on News 8 Now this morning, a Wisconsin woman gives us tips on staying young, and she definitely knows what she's talking about after reaching 100 years old. And why an artificial intelligence program has some professors curious about just how smart it is. Have a great Tuesday night. More News 8 Now is after this break.
Your entry door is the first thing people see when they come to visit. Make it inviting. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate. 782-8877.
La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors has been selling, servicing, and installing garage doors since 1964 and believe garage doors should be exceptional quality and craftsmanship. We guarantee to help you select a door to fit all of your needs. We offer a large stock inventory of CHI overhead doors, including residential, commercial, rolling steel, and high-speed doors. Visit our website and design the door of your dreams with CHI Door Visions. Get your free quote today.
Winter is here. And with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen. That's why we have insurance, to help with the unexpected accidents that are not your fault. At Bygoff and Rohde, we'll help you get the insurance settlement you deserve to pay your medical bills, your lost wages, and get your life back on track. If you're injured, call us. Call Bygoff and Rohde.
You've got a Plus service for movies, plus a few Plus services for your favorite TV shows, plus a few extra. Plus, all those pluses add up. I guess that's why there's so many. How about a Plus service that's free, plus gives you local news, plus weather, plus sports, plus a little extra? News 8000 Plus, the Plus service that's everything local. Plus, it's free. Plus, it's easy to find on any of these. Plus this.
I'm News 8 Now Sports Director Rob Schiff. Every day, innocent basketballs like these go ignored and forgotten, with their amazing highlights never seen by people in the Coulee region. But you can help, as we've always done. News 8 Now Sports brings you the best in weekly basketball highlights. Won't you watch these highlights and help make a difference? Expect more from News 8 Now Sports.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
It can be hard to get out and get moving, especially in this winter time, but UW-La Crosse students are hoping to help elder community members stay active. Starting next week, you can walk with an eagle. AARP is collaborating with a class for a once-a-week stroll with people on campus. Those who sign up will be paired with a student, and an assistant professor says this will benefit everybody.
We know that walking is great for our physical, mental, cognitive, but we also know that we can also increase our social connections. So connect to the campus community, connect to our students, and also gives our students an opportunity to kind of apply what they learn in the classroom.
The first walk happens on February 7th in the Student Union. Walks will happen indoors until the weather gets warmer. Even though it's geared toward older members of the community, anyone 18 and older can sign up. There's no charge as well. We've got more information on how to register on news8000.com. We'll have a look at what's coming up at 6 when we come back, and Bill's got another check of your forecast.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Look at these beautiful cabinet options. Gorgeous wood stains, Cascade white, several designs and hardware choices. Now imagine them in your kitchen. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Transform your cabinets, countertops, and more in as little as 2 days. It's our winter half-off labor event. Receive 50% off installation of a cabinet refacing project. We install year-round, and with our price lock guarantee, we'll guarantee your price for 1 year. Plus, 24 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts, and a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call during this program will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of a cabinet refacing project. Used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and western Wisconsin, call 715-257-6651. That's 715-257-6651.
Migraine hits hard, so you hit back with Ubrelvy. You put it all on the line. 1 dose of Ubrelvy quickly stops migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
The Drew Crew is here! Hello! Yes, let's drew it.
You're here. It's fantastic. Just stay that way. I love it.
Baby, do you feel me now?
Feeling it.
Oh, give us a pint of the good stuff, Drew. You kind of crushed it today. I do love this job.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8.
All month, the Jennifer Hudson Show is one big party. Let's celebrate, y'all. And ooh, the guest list is so good.
Take it, Patty.
Your heart is so genuine.
You're gonna have me crying, y'all. And we're celebrating everything. You helped save so many lives. Your happy place is right here. You ain't seen none yet, baby.
Weekdays at 4 on News 8.
We've got a lot of news coming up. Why are investors so interested in ranches in Colorado? We investigate why Wall Street is buying up water rights as residents face cutbacks. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up on News 8 now at 6, after long debates in the Minnesota Senate, a second line of defense for abortion access becomes state law. Governor Walz and fellow Democrats say the legislature is following the will of the people. Minnesota Republicans call it dangerous and extreme. What's included in that new state law? Coming up at 6.
Well, clear sky, nice afterglow after our sun has just set. Now, it's not going to be as cold as it was last night tonight, but don't get me wrong, it's still going to be plenty cold. Low of 2 in La Crosse, wind chills in the single digits and teens below 0. 24 tomorrow, blustery Groundhog Day 19, and another cold night Thursday night, single digits and teens below 0 with highs on Friday only around 8.
Waiting Saturday's temperature.
Yes.
I'll wait for that for sure. Thank you, Bill, and thanks for joining us tonight at 5. We'll see you at 6.